Good afternoon. Here is the news. Afternoon. First, the highlights. The Governor Sanwo-Olu donate 75 million naira to Nigerian Legion ahead commemoration of Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Defense headquarters step up in tethering plan against terrorists. And foreign in Iran pauses controversial new dress code law. And in sports, President Tinubu congratulates Lukman Nadozie Super Falcons on CAF Awards. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has donated 75 million naira to the State Council of the Nigerian Legion as part of his government's commitment to the welfare of legionnaires and families of the fallen heroes. Governor Sanwo-Olu announced the donation during the appeal fund and launching of the year 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day emblem at the Lagos House Marina. The governor, during the ceremony attended by the Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat, Secretary to the Lagos State Government Abimbola Salunde, members of the State Executive Council, service commanders, and Commissioner of Police, and officials of the Nigerian Legion also launched the emblem and appeal fund ahead of the January 15, 2025 commemoration of Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Speaking during the event, Governor Sanwo-Olu commended members of the Nigerian Legion and the fallen heroes for their service to the country, assuring that legionnaires would not be left out of the various programs of his government. Governor, in response to the appeal by the chairman of the Lagos State Council of the Nigerian Legion, Hakeem Wolimo, promised to donate some housing unit in Prince Abiodun Ogunleye Housing Estate in Ikorodu to the State Council of the Nigerian Legion to provide shelter to the vulnerable and aged among them. He also promised to provide security vehicles and equipment as support to the Nigerian Legion, who expressed their continuous readiness to contribute their quota to the protection of lives and properties in Lagos State. The Lagos government has flagged off the 2024 fourth quarter market fire safety campaign with a charge on traders to be cautious and stop careless behaviors that can endanger the society. The initiative, jointly carried out by the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service and Lagos State Safety Commission, was flagged at Jankara Market, Idumagbo Avenue, Lagos Island. Speaking during the exercise, the Director General of Lagos State Safety Commission, Larry Mojola, said it was imperative to carry out the sensitization due to high risk the dry and Hamilton season poses. Mojola, who urged the market men and women to avoid things banned by the Lagos State government and obey all safety tips to avoid loss of lives on property, noted that carelessness and human error constitute the root cause of most fire incidents. On her part, the Director of Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adeshe, urged the traders to avoid smoking, storing fuel in the market, and other activities that can cause hazards. Adeshe said the exercise, which commenced on Monday, 16th December, will run till Thursday, 19th, covering Jankara, Balogun, Eriko, and Dosumu markets in Lagos Island, Sabo in Ikorodu, Mile 12 Market, Ojuwoye, Mushi, Tejo Boundary, Alaba International, Yanoiba, and Okokomaiko. Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment has urged residents to embrace information communication technology (ICT) as a tool to enhance high-tech proficiency and employability in the state. Speaking at the onboarding of 200 beneficiaries of the specialized ICT training, Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akinyemi Adegbotafe, stated that the training is aimed to equip young people with the essential skills required to enhance employability both locally and internationally. Adegbotafe explained that the ICT training has been designed with a clear vision to empower participants with the necessary tools and training to enable them to harness the power of information and communication technology. He noted that ICT training will not only boost employability but also advancement opportunities in the state. Speaking earlier, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, Biodun Onoyeli, advised participants not to sell their work tools but to use them to improve their lives. And over to the rest of the stories. The military Command has announced plans to reintegrate surrendering bandits and terrorists operating in the northwest after it deployed special forces to combat the Lakurawa terrorist group in the region. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Olufemi Oliede said the army had launched out to neutralize the threat posed by Lakurawa and other criminal groups in the northwest in a bid to eliminate such groups. He said the deployment of the special forces comes in the wake of the attack on a community in Kebbi State by the Lakurawa terrorist group in November, in which 17 lives were lost. Tagged Operation Safe Corridor Northwest, Oliede said it aims to rehabilitate and reintegrate repentant bandits in the region. It is patterned after the Operation Safe Corridor Northeast program, which was established in September 2015 for de-radicalizing, rehabilitating and reintegrating repentant Boko Haram insurgents into the society. In a move to position Kogi State as Nigeria's industrial hub, Governor Usman Ododo has initiated high-level discussions with the Consulate General of the People's Republic of China in Lagos, Yang Yiqing. The meeting aimed to strengthen economic ties and explore investment opportunities in agriculture, commerce, manufacturing and infrastructure. Governor Ododo, speaking through his special advisor on public relations, Onogu Mohammed, highlighted Kogi State's immense potential and readiness to host Chinese investors. He cited the state's strategic location, vast natural resources, and investor-friendly policies, particularly within the state free trade zone and the proposed industrial park as key advantages. Responding, Consular General Yan Qing pledged China's support in fostering trade and investment ties to promote trade relations. And now to foreign news. Iran's National Security Council has paused the implementation of the controversial hijab and chastity law, which had been due to come in force on Friday. President Masoud Pezeshkian called the legislation ambiguous and in need of reform, signaling his intention to reassess its members. The proposed new law, which would introduce harsher punishment for women and girls for exposing their hair, forearms and lower legs, had been heavily criticized by rights activists. The strict dress code imposed on women and girls, which have been treated as a national security priority by the rulers of the Islamic Republic of Iran for decades, have previously triggered protests. Under the new law, repeat offenders and anyone who mocked the rules would face heavier fines and longer prison sentences of up to 15 years in jail. And in sports news, the President, Bola Tinubu, has congratulated Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman on winning the 2024 CAF Men's African Footballer of the Year. President Tinubu also hails Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie for clinching the CAF Women's Goalkeeper of the Year award and the Super Falcons for being named the Women's National Team of the Year. The President joins millions of Nigerians in celebrating these athletes, describing them as worthy ambassadors for showcasing their talent and bringing honor to the country on the continental and world stage. President Tinubu believes that this recognition by Africa's highest football authority will inspire other upcoming athletes to remain steadfast in pursuing their dreams. He affirms that their determination, discipline, and confidence underscores the administration's resolve to build a better Nigeria where everyone thrives and succeeds. And that was our news at 12. But just before we go, always drive within the specified speed limit. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration reconfigured 6 junction roundabouts, Arlen, Ikotun, Maryland, Lekki, and Aja, on that traffic management intervention plan? Well, you can get more details It's on the Lagos State Government website, and to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has donated 75 million naira to the State Council of the Nigerian Legion as part of his government's commitment to the welfare of legionnaires and families of the fallen heroes. The Military High Command has announced plans to reintegrate surrendering bandits and terrorists operated in the northwest after it deployed special forces to combat the Lakurawa terrorist group in the region. We also told you that Iran's National Security Council has paused the implementation of the controversial hijab and chastity law, which has been due to come into force on Friday. In sports, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman on winning the 2024 CAF Men's African Footballer of the Year. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast. This was compiled by Abiola Fagbalago. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good afternoon.